We got about 1 minute left. So as we are hopping in, hi, everybody. I am Sally. As you're coming in, introduce yourself in the chat. Tell me where you're from. If you can put your camera on, that would be awesome. We feed off of the energy that we see all these beautiful smiling faces looking back at us. So I am super excited to be hosting tonight. I've got some amazing healthcare professionals to chat with us tonight about the power of what we have our hands on. Again, put in the chat. I'd love to hear from you. If you are a ketone never tried newbie or a ketone junkie, like what are you? And if you are a junkie, tell me your favorite benefit of being in a state of ketosis within 59 minutes of a cool little drink. Oh, I love it. Oh, I see lots of cool things popping up here. Yes. Oh my gosh. Look at all these junkies. Bye-bye brain fog. Oh, we have some newbies. Welcome, you guys. Welcome, welcome. We've got junkies. We've got mental clarity, energy. I love it. My gosh, I love the energy. It is nonstop amazing. Welcome, Ellen. Fat loss has been Ellen's favorite benefit. That is so awesome. Yes, no more brain fog. Gosh, I am with you. So we are at about 5:30 right now. So I definitely want to make sure we keep everybody's time protected. And I want to thank everybody for coming to this healthcare Zoom. When I heard that this was going to be something that we were going to do on a Wednesday night call, I was like, right here, because I'm a science geek and I was the biggest healthcare nurse skeptic in the world. So I was like, I have to help host this call. So my name is Sally, and I am from right outside of the Bay Area in California. I have been a registered nurse in labor and delivery and in NICU for about 12 years now. And my ketone journey started in 2019, but with the ketogenic diet. So who's done the diet before? Who has done the ketogenic diet? Yes, it was great. I did 2019 for about 10 months, lost about 50 pounds. It was super hard. I had to make sure I stayed in that state of ketosis. And oh my gosh, if I had a cupcake that a patient brought me, or like a lunch that hospital administration brought, let's call a spade a spade. No hospital administration's bringing us lunches, right? Right, Jason? I see you. So let's call a spade a spade. Like, it was difficult to stay in ketosis doing the ketogenic diet. And then we all know what happened in 2020, right? The beloved vid happened. So if you are a healthcare worker in here, thank you so much for what you are doing, continuously doing, and what we did in 2020. I would love to see where my healthcare workers are. If you are a healthcare worker in here, drop in the chat what you do. And how long have you been a healthcare worker? So 2020 hit and my ketogenic diet went out the back door, like there, no holds barred, right? Everybody was bringing the healthcare heroes, like cookies and cupcakes and lunches, and food was provided. And oh my God, I love all of these. Look at this: ERNP, medical assistant, farm tech, RN. This is amazing. So 2020, ketogenic diet went out the door, and there goes my 50 pounds creeping right back on, almost all of it. I was like, are you kidding me? So Mother's Day of 2020, I looked at my husband and said, all I want is a photo shoot with my children in the backyard, because we couldn't go anywhere, right? I looked at a picture and I thought to myself, how did you undo everything that you did last year? Well, you didn't do the diet. I had no idea about ketones. Somebody said to me, Mother's Day 2020, why don't you just drink ketones? And I laughed at them. And my nurse brain said, you're crazy. That's not real. That doesn't happen. Your liver produces ketones. How are you giving me ketones in a package? I'm going to call bluff on this. And I laughed at this person until I looked at the science a little bit more in detail and said, okay, why not? Let's try it. Tried it and could not believe what had happened. With the first drink of this little a magic packet, it was like within 1 hour of this, that is what I felt, what took 4 to 5 days to get into doing the ketogenic diet. So that is my story with finding ketones now and sharing this conversation. I have been 18 months into drinking ketones. That 50 pounds is gone, plus another 20. So I am down about 70 pounds of fat. But I tell everybody all the time, it's the mental clarity and the energy for me, especially being a mom of 2 small children and working in the hospital in a field where the unexpected comes in left and right. Yes, again, I am a labor and delivery nurse, so I get arms flown at me, legs kicked at me, people screaming at me, and we got to think quick and we got to move fast. So congratulations. Look at all of these people in the chat, down 67 pounds of fat, shed 55 pounds of fat. That is absolutely amazing. So thank you and welcome everybody to this healthcare Zoom. I'm so excited. So let's get into talking about ketones real quick before we bring our first healthcare professional on, because these little magic packets are absolutely amazing. These are pure therapeutic bioidentical ketones, the same ketone that our liver naturally produces when in a ketogenic diet, right? So you can essentially drink this little white packet in water. I call myself the legal white powder dealer at the hospital because that's what I am, right? They're like, there's that nurse that sells legal drugs from the backseat of her car. You got to go hit her up because this energy is amazing. So these little packets put you into a state of ketosis within 59 minutes. Ketosis benefits better energy, as you saw in the chat, mental clarity, better focus, better mood, appetite suppression, right? No cravings for carbohydrates, better mood, better sleep. Why? Why does this happen? People go, I love being in ketosis with a diet, but it's so hard. Yeah, because the benefits of being in this energy state is amazing. I love telling people that this is not a weight loss supplement. This is an energy source. So fun fact, our brains use 2 sources of energy daily. That's it. Your brain can function on 2 sources of energy, and that is it. Glucose, sugar, or ketones, right? So why do people feel better in a state of ketosis when ketones are running through their system? Well, because what happens in your brain can use the molecule of ketones 40% better than it can sugar, and it lasts longer. So if you eat some glucose, some sugar, some carbohydrates in the morning, and then you eat, and at 10 o'clock in the morning, what happens? Most people crash. So they have coffee with sugar, then it ups them again, and they have lunch. And then what happens to most people at 1:30? They crash, right? Their bodies are playing energy like a seesaw, like up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. But when you run your body in its preferred fuel source, you are giving your brain its optimal energy that it needs to give. Then you get those benefits, which is why you see people leading to fat loss. So better energy and clarity with the appetite suppression and not craving carbs, you're tending to not go for that high glucose fuel because your brain is like, nah, I'm cool. I got your legal white powder on board. I don't need your sugar. So give me a salad and some steak. Like that's what it's saying to you, right? So I love sharing the science behind this product. And I love all of the medical professionals that are in our community that also talk about why they love it. And the first person that I would love to bring on is his name is Dr. Bruce. So Dr. Bruce, if you are on, Dr. Bruce is a chiropractor and has specialized in nutrition for like 29 years. Dr. Bruce, did you make it on tonight?
I sure did. I'm here.
Awesome.
Well, Sally, I love your energy. We don't even have to say anything. You did it all. That's great. No, appreciate you and great being here and just giving my little part. I've been a part of Prove It now for 6 years now. It's coming up in a couple weeks, and drinking ketones and promoting ketones for that time as well. And it's been super exciting. Like Sally said, I've been doing this for coming up to 29 years. And, we started with chiropractic and also specializing in nutrition and really helping people to be a better version of themselves. So for me, when I first was introduced to ketones, it was a great fit, and when I had my first dose fit and I drank it, it lit my brain up like so much. And I couldn't believe it. Just like you said, Sally, it's hard to imagine like something like what we have our hands a hold of here. So, it's been an exciting journey. All my kids, I have three, 27-year-old, a 21-year-old, and 18-year-old, and we've been all drinking them, never missed a dose over the last, the coming up to 6 years. My wife as well too. Great stories I can share with you. But what I like most about ketones is we have something that we can really get people to start their journey, and it's exciting. It's so powerful. It's like they kind of, like Sally said, it's like they don't like you can't wrap your head around it. But when you really understand the science and get into it, you just got to drink it, and it's super exciting. So it was, like I said, it was a great fit for our office. We do keto life parties on a monthly basis. We were doing them more consistently. Like I said, when COVID hit, we had to shut down that aspect. But, we're gearing back up now with that. And especially now with, I know we haven't touched on it, the food as it's coming in now, the Prove It food, which is super exciting. So we're really getting to, besides the product that we have now, another huge tool which people struggle with, and having it at our convenience, not only for my family. I know on days that we work late and we struggle, that's your chances. You're gonna mess around. But when you have these nice, incredible, organic, preservative free, antibiotic free, limited calories, great protein, great fat, it's a win, so we're really getting excited for that as well too. But I enjoy the whole experience with Prove It. I love what Brian Underwood's doing. I love the constant how Prove It always strives to be the best in everything, and they don't cut corners. It's like I said, for us with patients to turn them on to Prove It, it's so easy. And not only that, we know we have a company that backs their product 100%. And I can't talk enough about it. I'm super excited, and I'm excited to hear what other professionals have to say.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Dr. Bruce. Yes, we definitely have our hands on something absolutely amazing. And before this came around, we only could get our bodies into this energy state one of two ways, right? The actual diet or fasting. So when you fast, your liver produces ketones. Now, what's really cool is you can just give your body ketones now and get all of those amazing benefits. And I love telling people this really cool fun fact as well. These ketones were formulated naturally 11 years ago for the United States Department of Defense. Our Navy SEALs needed ketones because after deep sea dive missions, they were coming up, and within 24 hours, they were suffering with seizures. Now, we look back on studies from 1920s and how epilepsy was treated with a ketogenic diet. So the Department of Defense said, can we get our hands on that? And at that time, this little package was worth over $1,000 a serving. So if it is good enough for our Navy SEALs, it is good enough for every single person who is on this Zoom and are sharing this conversation of ketones. It is absolutely amazing. And like Dr. Bruce said, there is 100% guarantee on this product. You can test your blood ketone levels within 1 hour of drinking this product, and you will be in a metabolic state of ketosis. Okay, I tell people don't test. It's proven, it's science. But if you've got a blood test and you just want to verify it, check your blood. So these are water soluble. So what your body doesn't end up using, your kidneys excrete, and it will go out in the urine. So your bodies are naturally love being in this state of ketosis. And as a labor and delivery nurse, and I love telling people this too, all babies are actually born in a state of ketosis. And that's a really cool thing. And that state of ketosis is not broken in a newborn baby's body until it is either formula fed or food fed. And when that mother is pregnant with that fetus, guess what her liver does? Even if she's eating pizza, waffles with syrup and milk, in my case, candy, that mother's liver will produce ketones for brain development, regardless of what that mom is eating. How amazing are our bodies? And with you having a pure therapeutic bioidentical ketone in your system, is not going to interfere with the ketones that your liver naturally produces. That's a question I get a lot. Anything else on the market does not have our 9 patents. I would be very careful with, but our product is science-backed, patent-backed, 9 patents, and is naturally fermented, the pure therapeutic one. So that is incredible. Thank you so much, Dr. Bruce. Our next person who we've invited on tonight is Jason. He is our emergency room nurse practitioner. So Jason, thank you so much for coming on. I know you're at work. I see your amazing white coat. I hope you're staying protected out there, and thank you so much for joining us.
Hey, Sally, thanks for having me on tonight. Ketones, there's not enough good to say about them. I've been with Prove It a little over, right around 2 years. I was a skeptic at first. I tried some other ketones because I wanted to save money. I tried a company that was backed by a professional athlete, and they were garbage. Found Nick on Facebook. I'm an aviation lover, so I was really drawn to Nick. Because he was a pilot, connected with him, and I started on Prove It. And of course, with COVID and all the stress that comes with it, I, like you, lost a bunch of weight, gained it all back, kind of felt sorry for myself, wasn't drinking the ketones like I should be. Had some issues with my wife at home. She's a type 2 diabetic, wasn't well controlled. She ended up in DKA, spent a week in the hospital. And we have gotten to the point where, okay, this is it. We're done. We vowed January of this year to make a go at it and be strict and stick to it. Now with Core 4 out, Core 4 has been amazing. I got my first one done, dropped back down another 23 pounds in the first 28 days. Feel pretty good. And I like you've said, the way you feel drinking the ketones, if you miss a day, let alone 2, forget it. No more Red Bull, no more Monster energy drinks. There's no need for any of that stuff. I've been in emergency medicine for 25 years. I started out as a paramedic, then a flight nurse, and then I've been NP in the ER for the last 6. And I've always done 24-hour shifts. I'm not 20 anymore, so 24-hour shifts are very tough. So, drinking my ketones twice, I drink them twice a day, just especially when I'm at work, because I want that sustained energy. But the mental clarity is unreal. At 2:00 in the morning, I've been up for 20 hours, and I have a very sick patient that I have to really critically think and get them straightened out. The focus is there. I don't know. I can't say enough good about ketones. They're just amazing. And I think for me, the biggest benefit is realizing that a lot of our overall health starts in our gut, and being in a state of ketosis and drinking ketones helps reduce inflammation. And a lot of inflammation goes to your gut. And if your gut is inflamed and not healthy, the rest of you is not healthy. So I really am thankful that the ketones help reverse that inflammation and make us overall healthy.
Yes, absolutely, Jason. Thank you so much for what you're doing in the emergency room. I cannot agree more. I don't ever go a day without drinking my ketones, especially walking into the hospital, because just like emergency room, emergency room taking care of critical people. Labor and delivery is the same way. You never know what you're going to walk into and how fast you need to jump and how quickly you need to think and all of that stuff. And let me just ask all our healthcare professionals on here, how did you get your break on your last shift? Because I know breaks are hard to come by in the medical field right now, right? Short staffing. It is just so amazing to have this fuel for your brain that suppresses your appetite and keeps you firing on all cylinders. Yes, thank you, Gretchen Lynn. What's a break? Exactly. I sit at the desk sometimes 11, 12 hours, no break, and I'm chugging a ketone while my coworkers are on 12 cups of coffee already, destroying their stomach lining. And it's just, speaking of coffee, let me tell you about some really cool support products that Prove It has. We have ketones, but we also have a couple really cool support products. And I'm going to tell you, I will talk about our keto cream first. Two support products that I love are keto cream. So when you drink keto cream, you are filling your body with two really cool things. The first one being MCT, which is medium chain triglyceride. This is the best fat that you can give your brain in conjunction with ketones. When those two work together, I would love for all the science geeks, look up Dr. Mary Newport and her research on brain health, Alzheimer's, and dementia, giving your body MCT with ketones. Whatever you get into ketosis, however you give your body MCT, look at the amazing benefits that it is doing with Alzheimer's and dementia patients. It is absolutely phenomenal. We talked about that on our last week's meeting, and it was so cool. So my second support product that I would love to share are these little cool pixie sticks called Mitoplex. And Jason might love this. I call these my emergency room banana bags in a cup, right? So these are upgraded electrolytes. Now, why would you need an upgraded electrolyte when you're in a state of ketosis, right? So what happens when your body runs with ketones as fuel? Ketones are going to uptake in your brain almost 40% better. It's going to go into your cells. It's going to start cleaning out all of the toxins and the junk. It's going to fuel that cell. But also what's going to come out is a fluid, water, and electrolytes. So it's very important that you provide your body some sort of electrolyte when being in a state of ketosis. And that even goes if you're doing a ketogenic diet, right? If you're doing a ketogenic diet and you start getting a little headache here and there, you throw some pink Himalayan sea salt under your tongue, boom, it's gone. You throw some Mitoplex on board, boom, it's gone. I love in the morning, my favorite combo is strawberry peach with orange, right in my shaker cup, down it within 20 to 30 minutes and start my day. It is the best fuel for your brain. So if you're thinking like, how do I get my hands on this? We have an amazing challenge box that comes with 20 ketones. So if you are like, I really want to try that, and I've never tried ketones before, we have 22% off for all brand new people that are like, I want to invest in myself over the next 20 days. See and feel what it's like to be in a state of ketosis. I want my body to be the laboratory, right? Everybody's body is different. Some people might have a first drink experience with energy. Some people, it might take a couple days. Some people might not feel for a week, but they might have that appetite suppression. So there are many benefits of being in ketosis. Let your body be the lab. Invest in yourself and let your body be in the lab. So if you're like, I kind of want to try those ketones, throw me on some of those pixie stick Mitoplex that Sally was talking about, get back to the person who invited you here and have that conversation with them, letting them know that you are ready to see what all of these healthcare professionals are talking about and that they love so, so much. And what is really cool with this company is when you invest in yourself, Prove It is going to give you what's called a referral code. So I sign up, I get my box, and I have my cool referral code. And guess what? Prove It is not like Starbucks. When the pumpkin spice latte comes out in October and all y'all are taking pictures like this with your mocha choca latte and you're posting it on social media, how much you love this stuff, Starbucks is not giving you anything for free for that. But guess what? You don't want to pay for your ketones. You don't have to as a customer. We have the best customer loyalty program. Once you get yourself a box, you have a code that goes with it that's right attached to you. The second you start telling two people that, oh my gosh, I can't believe how I feel. I can't believe what's happening to my body, my brain, my energy. Cousin Joe, Cousin Sue, like, you got to try this. And then your referral code is used. Two people underneath, you're going to get your boxes for free. How cool is that? And then when you share it and you've got 17 other people that are like, whoa, hey, what are you doing? You're down. You're looking good. You're like, oh, thanks. You know, I'm drinking my ketones. I'm getting into state of ketosis. I don't know what that means, but my friends do. So let me introduce you. You get a bunch of people that are wanting to this as well. Guess what you have? You have an amazing opportunity to create some compensation for yourself. And we call that our brand builders. Once you get more than a couple people underneath you signed up wanting the love of this stuff, you can actually work this into the pockets of your day and not only be helping people with this product, but having a compensation for it, which is absolutely phenomenal. So I would love for you to hear from my friend Mistel. She is a registered nurse and she has been drinking and sharing the love of this product for how long now, Mistel?
15 months. 15 months and 11 every month of it. So I'm a registered nurse for 23 years, mostly NICU and high-risk maternity. I've been a lactation consultant for 10 years. I love my job. Love being in healthcare. It's been my dream. Got into this 15 months ago. Wonderful Annie, my dear friend Annie, and yourself, Sally, talked to me, and I've loved every minute. As far as my business has gone, I'm more of a turtle than a hare, but that's okay. We're getting there. My biggest thing is wanting to make an impact on people's lives, and my biggest story as far as impacts goes with my best friend. We've been best friends for 33 years since my youngest and her middle child were in preschool together at 3. And so you'd think that she would trust me a little bit. And she's a very fragile diabetic, has epilepsy, has all of the things that this product would just do so much for. And so I talked to her as soon as I got into this, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is just the most amazing product. You've got to try it. And she's like, meh, that's okay. No, thanks. I'm doing the keto diet. That's working for me. So she watched me and my posts and just talking to me and how wonderful it's taken 35 pounds off of my husband. It's changed my family's life. And we've really just loved all of the things that we get from it. Getting through a 12-hour shift. I don't have to go grab some Diet Pepsi at 4 o'clock to get me through the rest of the shift. So it's made a huge difference. And finally at 9 months, she's like, you know, the keto diet's not doing so great. And I just got out of the hospital with my diabetes at 700. And I'm like, let's try a few of these packets and see how they do. And within a couple of days' time, her blood sugars were stable. She was spending over $1,000 a month on all of her different forms of insulin, and she's now on about a quarter of what she was taking. Her blood sugars are perfect every month. Her A1C went from 11 something down to 7 something the last time she got it tested. So those kinds of stories are what really impact me of making a difference in her life. It's made a huge difference in her life. And another aspect is all the brain stuff. The brain stuff just mesmerizes me, and I'm adopted. And so I don't have really any medical history. I don't know what's coming up in my life. What if I have Alzheimer's, if I have dementia in my family tree, I don't know. My husband, though, has a mother who has early onset dementia, and he's had to watch her and how much she's forgotten her 4 boys and her, I don't know how many grandchildren she has, and watching that. So the brain protection for me is incredible. And we have a daughter who has Down syndrome. Down syndrome adults have a far, far higher incidence of dementia and Alzheimer's. And so we've got her on it. So for those reasons, those two reasons, it's far more than money to me. Money really, it's great to make some money. It's validating to make some money, but for me, it's about changing people's lives and trying to get people to understand how important this is as brain food. It is your best brain food. It's your best gut food. It's your best body food. That is far more important to me than anything. Changing my best friend's life, who's it's changed her life, absolutely changed her life. And so those are my biggest reasons.
That's so awesome, Estelle. Thank you so much for sharing. What powerful stories that you have. You know, ketones, I will say no medical claim. Ketones does not cure anything. Ketones, again, is an energy source that your brain knows how to use 40% better. When you give your source of fuel to your body, the changes then that start happening with better choices, all of the fuel that's going in, what that leads to what we've heard some of the people talk about with the certain types of things that were going on in their lives. So I like to put that out there and make that very understood that this doesn't cure anything, but this is an amazing tool in your Tim the Tin Man tool or Tay box. What if that's Tim the Tool Man Taylor toolbox, right? The best food for your brain and for your body. And so who is Prove It? Prove It is a $1 billion branded company who now, like Dr. Bruce just said, we have acquired a food company. So now we are pairing our ketosis and our ketones with a healthy food choices to help meet people where they can develop their metabolic health better moving forward. That is the biggest question that we get asked all of the time. Well, what do I eat? So now that you've got this $1 billion industry who now has their hands on a food company, like this is going amazing for so many people's life. We've been rocking Core 4 since the beginning of January. We are 5 weeks into having food available to us. And I cannot believe what has happened to me and my husband in just 4 weeks with adding very fast and easy, fresh, organic, all natural food to our doorstep. It is just amazing. So we are a $1 billion company. We were founded with a purpose. And that purpose was to make people's lives better and to lead with education. So that is one thing that separates us from everyone else is we lead with education, we lead with science. We just had an amazing thing called Keto Academy recently that dove into all the science from all the doctors, experts, researchers, scientists that really flooded us as sharers of this product with some amazing information. So we are leaving the world a better place than what we found it. And so what do you get when you say, I want to be a sharer of this community? You get a legal team behind you, right? You're not paying for Esquire down the road to come up with a business model plan for you to help you getting sued from this left and right. You get a whole legal team behind you. You also get a research and development team, the doctors, the scientists, the researchers that are all constantly pouring into this company because they know where this is taking people's metabolic health, right? You get your marketing equipment, you get the promotions, you get everything done for you in the back office. You get your website. And the most amazing thing you get is community. This community is absolutely amazing, hands down, one that I have never thought I would ever be a part of. And so I am so grateful and blessed to be here. I've got one more amazing person I'd love for you to hear from. She is an interventional radiology nurse. Now, I know that sounds like a lot out of my mouth, but if you don't know what an interventional radiologist is, or the nurse that supports these doctors, when someone is circling that drain, that's the doctor and the nurse that is right by that person's side doing everything they can to save their life in interventional radiology. So Stephanie Cash, our amazing IR nurse, are you on tonight? I'd love for you to come off mute and tell your story with ketones and being a part of our community.
All right. Well, thank you, Sal. Hi, everyone. So like Sally said, my name is Stephanie. I am an IR nurse. I have worked in that field for 3 years. I have been a registered nurse for going on 12 years now. And for ketones, I was a skeptic as well. I watched my younger sister drink them and I was like, wow, what is she doing? And I was like, oh, it's probably not healthy. No, I'm not going to do it. And I watched her, feel so much better and her energy to play with her kids. And I was like, I need this. I'm coming home from my 10-hour day. I'm on call. I'm exhausted. I have no energy to play with my kids or, be me. So then I started drinking it. And I guess I'm a bit of a lightweight, but I felt it immediately. I was like, wow, this is amazing. And I was hooked my first sip. I was absolutely hooked. And it just, the mental clarity and the focus, like Sally said, my patients, they come to me when they're literally trying to leave this world and they're bleeding or they have blood clots in places that aren't supposed to be. And we are saving their lives. And I have to be mentally sharp and aware of any little tiny change in, what they're saying or their vital signs. And I have to be on my game. And I could be called in at 3 o'clock in the morning out of a dead sleep. And I have to literally be on like that. And ketones have been able to provide me with that level of energy and mental clarity. So aside from the mental clarity and the energy that I have also lost and maintained 30 pounds and have transformed my life for the better. Ketones have done so much for me in terms of that, and also the community, which Sally touched base on. The community is just absolutely amazing, and I joined this business right around when COVID started, and I literally had no idea what I was getting into. I was like, I don't want to sell anything. I don't sell things, and I still don't sell things. I share my story and I share what they have done for me in terms of the fat loss and the mental clarity and everything else. The energy is by far the best. So from a business standpoint, what this product has done for me is it has allowed me to take my compassion and my caring nature and shift it to helping people, achieve better before they get to where I work. So keeping them healthy and allowing them to maybe shed some pounds of fat before, they have these, high blood pressure, diabetes, stuff like that, and really use this as a tool to help them achieve better. So I know, like for me, I didn't start ketones and working out. I just did ketones and I lost the 30 pounds. And then I went another 3 months and still wasn't working out. And now I've gotten to a point where I'm comfortable with drinking my ketones. I don't really have any dietary restrictions and I work out. And people are inspired by what I've done. And they also like to see, everything that goes with the ketones. So we also have, the food that is new and core 4 and the community and everything that kind of just encompasses what we stand for, which is to be the best versions and do better and be better. So being able to be a nurse 40 hours a week or more, and also taking that home with me and implementing that with my friends, my family, and being able to give that to them so that they can be the best versions of themselves. That's more of the business side for me. So it's definitely a little bit different. I don't, like Mistel, I don't do this for the money. I do this so that people can achieve greatness and be better. And that is the best form of payment for me.
Oh my God. I love it. Thank you so much. I think that just encompasses a lot of healthcare workers, right? We just want better for everyone. We don't ever go into a shift thinking, I don't care about that person on that bed. I don't care. Like our hearts are there. Our compassion is there. And then now to have something that we can do as well as like our 9 to 5s or our 12 or 24-hour shifts that can also help people in our family to not get them to the point where your patients are is absolutely spectacular, phenomenal. We have just been blessed with such an amazing product to be able to share with the world. And I'm so fortunate that I said yes 18 months ago. My life looks a little bit different after 18 months of sharing this product. I was a nurse working 50, 60 hours a week. 2 jobs, delivering babies and taking care of the very sick ones. In about 6 months, my daughter, one night, I was rocking her to sleep and she said, "Mommy, why are you always gone at night? Why didn't you tuck me into bed last night? Why did Daddy have to give me a bath?" And I thought to myself, you've been doing so much work with your job at work and helping people with ketones, but you now have an opportunity to cut back. And you now have an opportunity to rock your baby to sleep those nights of the week where you used to be in the hospital 50, 60 hours a week. So it's been blessed with my life to be able to still be a registered nurse working in the hospitals 4 to 5, maybe 6 times a month instead of 4 to 5 days a week. So that is where I have just been so blessed with this opportunity of first finding this product, understanding the science behind it, and then just not shutting up about it. So if this sounds like something you're like, oh my gosh, this is great, you're going to probably be one of 3 people on this Zoom. You're going to be someone that says, thank you so much. I've gotten some great information, not for me, but I know people in my life that could use energy and clarity or some fat loss or any of the benefits that we talked about, right? Send them to the person that had invited you here. And the people that invited you here, thank them, because that person loved you so much to share this information with you, because this needs to be shared with the world, right? Or you might be that second type of person. You might be the one that says, I want those ketones and I don't want to pay for them, so I want to get them for free as a customer. Awesome. Again, meet back with the person that invited you to this Zoom, and they will show you how to grab a discounted box and to get your referral code, and then how to share the love for once you get the magic crazy jet fuel in your system. You're not going to want to shut up about it. Or you might be that third person that's like, I already love ketones, or I haven't had them yet, but I know I'm going to love it because the science is amazing. And I wouldn't mind making, a little bit of residual income. How do I do that? We have we have a good, better, and best option. Our good option is our promoter fee, $49 promoter fee. Our better option is becoming a brand builder, getting your hands on 5 boxes at 22% off, right? How cool is that? Or you could be a max brand builder. You get your hands on 10 boxes, 40% off. And now you've got a whole bunch of these bad boys at your fingertips to trial out to your friends and family. Here, Sue, test drive this for me. Tell me what you feel. Give me your opinion. Because I tell you, get 1 or 2 or 3 days of this bad dog down your throat, you're going to have people going, okay, drug dealer of my neighborhood, where do I get more? So there are some amazing options for you to be a brand builder within this community. We are having a $1 keto club right now. So it's $1 to become a promoter, and you get to open your store with inventory at 40% off, right? I don't know about Chick-fil-A or McDonald's. Some of those people have to have 500,000 to open that franchise. This, you can go in at 40% off, get your hands on some ketones, and start sharing it with the world, which is super excited. So I wanted to thank everybody so much for being here tonight. We are at about 40 minutes in. I am just so excited to get all of this information out to all of you. And it has been a blessing to see all of your beautiful faces. So get back with the person who invited you. Let them know what you thought of the call. If you have more science questions, be like, connect me to that crazy nurse chick that was talking for 42 minutes, that her energy at 6:30 p.m. is still out of control. Yeah, I had 2 ketones today in 1 meal. What? So anyways, y'all have a great night, everybody. Take care. See you later.